1916. We are now fighting for our lives, not only in France, but here as well. A black mood of opportunism seems to have engulfed the valley.
I would like to say, I hope you will forgive me, I would like to say a few personal words to you. Now that we are approaching the third harvest festival of the war, I feel, and I feel it most strongly, that something special is owed to God by way of love. I'm not referring to Christ's joyful season. We will, of course, be celebrating that in our usual way. And in that connection, may I say that volunteers are needed to decorate our beautiful church. But I feel, and I feel it with all my heart, that the best way we can serve Christ at this time is to pray, all of us, for peace. So many of our little community have been taken from us. We remember Will Codsall with affection, Jem Pollock, who we used to call the Goliath of Bideford, posthumously awarded the military medal for gallantry. Poor Tom Williams, who was torpedoed once and then went on to be killed in action on the battle cruiser Queen Mary. Evan Morgan, Jake Tremlett, Walt Pascoe, beloved husband of our dear friend Pansy, who was killed in the same action in which Dandy Timberlake was wounded. Gilbert Evely, elder son of Norman Evely and brother to Harold, who we are pleased to welcome back again this week. Jeff Marlowe, Will Salter. I sometimes feel that war is cruelest on the small community because the losses seem almost impossible to bear. And then I rebuke myself for my lack of compassion, because surely the loss of all human life is a matter for grief. And see, then there's another thing, the spiritual torment, less obvious than the physical kind, but no less painful. Which of us does not suffer from it at this moment, and doubt even about our very cause? So, you see, what I want to ask you to do as we approach this holy festival is to pray for the tormented, not only here, but in Germany as well. To pray for peace for all men, whatever their race, whatever their thinking. Whether you agree with them or not, you can still pray for them. Remember Christ's charity. I hope you won't feel that I have spoken improperly, but I felt I had to say something. We will now sing hymn number 316.
He carried on like that, don't he?
Why?
Because of his son, wasn't it? Plain as the nose on your face. Praying for peace, I ask ye, in the middle of a war.
Go on, did he say that?
And told us to pray for the Germans into the bargain.
What be the matter with his son, Smut?
He'll be Harold.
Well, you should know, young Evely. Saying that Keith Hawes is your brother-in-law?
But I don't know, do I? So what is the matter with Keith?
You mean to say you hadn't heard? Where you been?
Here and about. But I've hardly seen Keith since he married our Rachel.
He's a conscientious objector.
Oh, is that all? I thought it was some kind of monster and him married to my sister.
All. With him wishing well to the king's enemies.
I'd rather not have that sort of talk in your ear, young Harold, if you don't mind.
But a lot of people are conscious these days. You find them all through France, you know. Anyway, I like what the Reverend had to say. Why, you'll probably find he's a bit of a concha too, I wouldn't be surprised.
You liked it?
The Reverend of Concha?
Why don't you leave well alone?
The real miracle, it seems to me, is how anybody can be a practicing Christian and a soldier at the same time. Can any of you tell me that? Can you?
Well, now I've heard the lot. I really have.
Why, that's little short of blasphemy, I shouldn't wonder.
You mean to say you never even thought about it?
Thought about it. I'd sooner cut off my right arm.
And me.
Thou shalt not kill. Funny old commandment that, when you come to think of it.
Funny.
I'd like to see how our lot would behave if they preached that to us just before we went over the top.
Now, look here. There'll be a time for jokes.
But I'm not joking. I've thought about it.
You've been to France, what?
Well, why don't he wear his uniform then, eh? Same as me and the others, eh? Seems to me he may be a bit of a concha himself.
Now you come to mention it, you may be right at that. Drink up, Pa, I'll buy you another.
No, this'll do me.
There you are. You see, even your pa don't know with it. What's the matter with you, Norman? Lost the power of your right arm? Seems to me that boy of yours needs a right whipping.
Now, you leave him be, smut. He'd be old enough to speak his own mind.
Ah, maybe. But what's he taught, eh? You know, sometimes I ask myself what be spoken in families round here.
You be a fine one to talk about families. Look at yours. And my Gilbert were killed, and don't you forget it.
Ah, but not in the war. Not in the real war. He were killed in a bombing accident in his training camp.
What I don't know with what you said.
Ah, but it's true. Don't he forget that.
When were usual, please, lads?
He wasn't even in France, your Gilbert.
What's the matter with you, smut? You got gin in your cider this morning? You should have gone to church, lads. Vicar was fair talkative for a change. You made a lot of sense, no? Was something the matter then?
Come in.
Mr. Sidney Cudsall, sir.
Ah. Sidney. Long time since we met. You've put on a little weight. And a few inches, I shouldn't be surprised. Can I get you something? Beer? Sherry?
Whiskey, please.
Whiskey. I was sorry to hear about your brother, Will. I hope you got my letter. Have you seen anything of Eleanor? We do try and keep an eye on her. There's talk of setting up a prisoner of war camp in the valley. We thought we might find her some help on the farm.
No doubt you know my sister-in-law and I were never very close.
Yes, I always thought the rift created by the marriage was very unfortunate.
It was all a very long time ago.
Yes, as you say. You're living at Nunsbay now, so I'm told.
I've a house, yes. 2, to be precise.
Oh.
And I've a wife.
Now, only one of those, I trust. Well, you've done very well for yourself. Congratulations.
I'm a solicitor now.
So Mr. Rudd told me. You remember John Rudd? You probably saw a great deal of him when we boarded you with the Evelies.
I never think about my childhood. That's all in the past.
Pity. I sometimes think the past is part of the present.
You can afford to. When you've had a past like this.
Oh, yours wasn't so bad, once you got over that terrible tragedy of your parents. But, as you say...
I have here details of the timber your estate has provided in accordance with government regulations. Some still has to be accounted for.
Yes, well, I've made my position very clear. You can take all the softwood that you're entitled to, but you'll touch none of the big trees.
There are regulations.
This is also common sense. It'll benefit no one if you strip the land bare of every scrap of vegetation. You know, some of those big trees have been growing in the estate for hundreds of years.
You could make yourself a lot of money from those trees. The army needs wood of every kind for pit props.
Then they can seek it elsewhere.
I've a feeling you're being badly advised, Craddock.
Well, if that's your opinion, you're entitled to it.
I think I can put you in the way of doing yourself a lot of good.
Is anyone there? Mr. Horsey?
No. Oh, Mrs. Craddock, I'm sorry I startled you.
Oh, nice to see you.
I was in the vestry. I didn't hear you arrive.
Oh, I promised your father I'd make a start on the festival decorations. Looks like you've had the same idea.
Oh, this, yes. It's my weekly chore. I've got nothing else to do. I like to give the old man a hand.
Glad to have the company, say I. I haven't seen you since your marriage to Rachel Evely.
Yes, a little bit rushed, that.
No reason why it should be any worse for that. I hope you'll both be very, very happy.
Well, thanks very much, Mrs. Craddock. There are some who don't think it'll work out, our difference in outlook, I suppose.
Then you'll just have to prove them wrong, won't you? Now, I must make a plan.
Shall I get my things from out there?
Yes, do. Aren't you working at the moment?
No. I went before the tribunal last week.
How did it go?
I told them I was a conscientious objector.
And did they believe you?
I don't know. They said they'd let me know.
I'm so glad you're here.
If you clear the beaches from Dell Wood as well, you could probably double your profit. Still leave you with enough big trees in Shallowford woods for next year and the year after.
Do you honestly think there'll still be the same demand for timber next year? News out of France is that trenches will soon be a thing of the past.
Don't you believe it? Trenches are here to stay. The French are planning bigger and better ones. Not that that helps us, because they've got wood of their own at the moment, but come the end of 1917 and 1918, they'll be squealing to us then.
Do you really think the war will last as long as that?
Longer. Fortunes are being made, aren't they? Well, you know that, don't you?
What do you mean?
I was reading the other day about somebody who had his money in scrap metal. No names, no pack drill. Every time a shell went off, the paper said he earned himself another penny halfpenny. Now, that may not seem like a lot, but as the guns never stop firing, so they say, he must have earned himself a reasonable fortune by now. People like that aren't going to beg for peace, are they?
You've really got this war reasoned out, haven't you?
It's me or the next man. No. The ones who win this war, not the ones who are still alive after the last bayonet charge, but the ones who sold them the bayonets.
Like you?
Of course. Gotta keep awake. When the Derby Act ordered all single men to register, I got married in a week. To make doubly sure, I even had the doctor certify my flat fee. Better than a life insurance, that is.
You said just now that you might be able to help me do myself some good. What did you mean by that?
Man to man, eh? Not Squire anymore.
I'm always open to a business proposition.
And I tell you, you're selling your wood far too cheap. I could get you another 50 shillings a load for your pit props. Providing, of course, we come to an arrangement.
But there must be a standard price, surely.
Not by a long way. The government wants pit props by the millions. All you got to do is stand firm, they'll pay.
And this arrangement would be between you and me.
Why not? I'd take 25% of the increase.
You realize, of course, that this conversation will be reported.
What do you mean?
I'll report it to the Forestry Commission.
You can't do that. You haven't any witnesses.
I wouldn't let that stand in my way. You know, I didn't like you very much as a little boy, and I like you even less now. I wonder if Arabella knew what sort of a monster she was creating when she gave birth to you. A man who can grow fat on other men's blood, even his brother's, and still boast about it.
We're not so different, Craddock. I notice you haven't sold your scrapyard shares.
Oh, did you really think you were going to blackmail me with that story? Was there some sort of attempt to get even with your childhood? Bring down the high and mighty Squire, is that it? On second thoughts, I don't hate you. I just feel sorry for what the world has made you become.
You keep the pity! We're two of a kind, Squire.
Sheltering behind other people's lives, you mean? Yes, well, you may be right. But you see, I can do something about that. I haven't got flat feet. Now, get out.
I'll tell the Forestry Board you threw me out.
And I'll tell them why. And Sydney, don't ever bother to set foot in my house again.
Can he make trouble for you?
Let him try. The snag is, I haven't got any witnesses, and he knows it.
I would say I was there.
That would be perjury.
I wouldn't mind.
Oh, let's hope it doesn't come to that. Why is it that just as things seem to be getting better, they're actually getting worse?
What do you mean?
Well, it's a fact that as the people at the front grow more tolerant, those left at home become more selfish. Why is that?
You've been in a war before. You should know. Do you want to see the rector tonight? I can easily ask him to come another time.
Oh, what are we going to do with that rector and his pacifist son? No, I'll see him.
Just take it easy with him. I saw Keith today, and he's a nice boy.
Two of a kind, Sidney said. Well, I can do something about that.
He's a good boy.
Yes, so my wife assures me. She saw him today.
Oh, yes, yes, at the church. They were making a start on the Harvest Festival decorations, I believe.
When did this business begin?
At university. He fell in with a group of students dedicated to the ideas of international brotherhood. The trouble is, you see, in many ways, I rather agree with him. That makes me the wrong person to try and help.
So his objections are not religious?
No, 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 no. I wish they were. They'd be so much easier to deal with. No, he believes, and here I've no wish to offend you, Mr. Craddock. He believes that we've been manoeuvred into this war by men stronger than the generals.
Ah, the politicians.
No, stronger than that. And stronger even than forces of patriotism and statesmanship. No, manoeuvred by a growing greed for money and power. He contends that by supporting the machine, one simply feeds the greed.
Why should this offend me?
He believes that all wars are essentially a struggle between the haves and the have-nots.
Oh, you tried telling that to the British Tommy facing up to the Jerry Liner loose.
Yes, that's part of the difficulty, isn't it? Once the innocent are involved.
And, of course, he sees himself as being one of the have-nots.
Well, he's always been a very conscientious boy.
And coming from a Christian family and a stay at one of our major universities is always such a liberalizing experience,
You
is it
mean
not?
he falls into an easily identifiable group?
No, I mean, given his background, his objections are hardly surprising.
Yes, I've no doubt I'm to blame.
Don't take all the burden on yourself, Rector. That makes life far too easy.
Easy?
Well, it hardly gives him any reason to grow up.
Oh, so you believe charity to be a purely adolescent virtue?
No, I didn't say that.
No, but you implied it. You believe he will come to accept the established order of things once he's grown up.
No, what I mean is I believe he will see the situation is far more complicated than he realizes once he's grown up.
And lost the impulse for action.
Not necessarily.
No, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. You see, when one gets to our age, Mr. Craddock, forgive me, to my age, it certainly becomes more difficult to try and change things.
Well, that's part of the trap.
Oh, then you do consider it a trap?
Oh, yes. I think one has a duty to act positively on one's beliefs.
Yet looking around...
Oh, the estate does not run itself.
No, of course not, of course not.
I may be one of the haves, but that doesn't mean I can't act as well.
Then I take it that you have a certain sympathy with my son.
I have a certain understanding, shall we say. But I don't quite see how I can help him.
There are certain reserved occupations. If he doesn't take one of these, he will be sent to prison. And that would break my heart, Mr. Craddock.
He knew the risks when he faced the tribunal.
Yes, nevertheless. He is my only son.
What occupation did you have in mind?
Agricultural work.
Keith?
Yes. You could give him a job on one of your farms.
No, that's impossible. He's a university man.
But
a
he's
teacher.
married to the daughter of a farmer.
Yes, I've always considered that marriage to be a total mistake.
You could speak to Evelyn.
He'd laugh in my face.
Well, is that so terrible? But after all, he is the boy's father-in-law. I'm appealing to your sense of charity, Mr. Craddock.
I doubt if Evelyn will look upon him any more kindly than I do. But I suppose he could do with some help.
Couldn't we all?
But trained help.
But Keith could be trained, Mr. Craddock.
Come in. Simon.
Oh, Simon.
Mother said I had to come and say good night.
I saw Simon in church on Sunday. You left with Harold Evely, did you not?
Yes, sir.
You didn't tell me that.
We're going fishing tomorrow.
Ah.
My boy, did you know that Harold's done some very brave things in France?
Harold? He didn't say anything about that.
That's not the kind of thing you'd expect him to mention.
Would you say, Rector, that my wife is trying to tell me something by sending my son in here now?
The idea had occurred to me, Mr. Craddock.
Well, you haven't persuaded me at all. Now off to bed.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Simon. Sleep well.
How would you define charity, Mr. Horsey?
Funny thing, that. I hadn't seen old Walt since... I don't know when. It been since that night in the Raven back along when we was all saying goodbye to Will Codsall. Then Walt joins the army. The next time I see him, he's calling out my name on a troopship bound for Turkey Land, of all places.
That was after you left Egypt.
Oh, long time after, ma. Queer old war that was. Standing guard on the Sweetwater Canal we were. Well, no sweet water about it, I can tell you, begging your pardon. Not with the flies and the bigger horses and they scorpions and all. 4 months we done there. 4 months too long it was and all. Anyway, then they put us on this troop ship going to Turkey Land. And there's old Walt. Dandy, he says. Dandy Timberlake. My moustaches were 4 inches long then. Still he knowed me. From that moment on, closer than 2 brothers we be. Shallowford twins, they called us. Oh, 'twere a good time for we. They couldn't separate us, they couldn't. Do you mind the Squire's coronation fireworks, ma'am?
Indeed, I do.
One of the things we talked about in Pansy, Walt's wife.
Yes, you must have had a lot in common.
Well, I mean, us had been pals since Tackett, hadn't us? And that's the way we stayed. Right up to Aki Baba.
Is that where you were wounded?
I got knocked down by this Turkish sniper, see? Well, see it all happen, comes out after me. Well, I'd done the same thing, I reckon, but he didn't have to do that.
No.
Do what?
Oh, you must have heard. This old machine gun opens up. Walt's dead before he even gets to me. It cut him clean in two. Strange. A comfort, I suppose. Him not really knowing what happened. It's so quick and all.
This one's a bit dull. What can I do with it?
Put some green ribbon on it. I've got some, Summer.
I held him in my arms till they stretcher bearer last come. There were nothing else I could do.
I'll hang this up.
Do you know, 'twas Pans I felt sorriest for? Her being his wife and all.
It's poor Pansy.
It's a funny old thing, that, man, you know. I got feelings for Pans, but, well, I don't know whether it's on my account or on account of old Walt, see.
What sort of feelings, Dandy?
Oh, I don't really know. Responsibility feelings, I suppose.
What do you mean you want to look after her?
I don't rightly know, Mama. I reckons I want to marry her, but what would she say? Me and Walt being almost like brothers, we done hardly seem decent somehow, do you know?
There's another basket finished. Why don't you talk to her? I'm sure she'd listen.
I might just do that, man. I might just do that.
How's Mrs. Evely keeping?
Well enough.
Good. Can I sit down?
Yes, yes.
Mr. Rudd and I were going through your accounts yesterday. Things don't seem to be going too well for you.
Well, times are not easy.
And they seem harder for you than most. The milk yield was down again.
New herds not settling in.
Oh, they've had long enough, surely. What about the new pigman?
He left.
And Jem Willis's boy?
Left also.
Yes, I can see that. You know that fence along by the river? It's come adrift again. You'll have half your dairy herd in the sorrel if you don't watch out.
Well, I can't do it all myself.
Well, then I have a suggestion. Why not try somebody else?
That's a laugh. Who'll pay him?
I will.
You?
Until he's learnt his job, and then we can split the cost.
You'd pay him to learn? What is he, some tacker fresh out of school?
No. He's your son-in-law.
You must think I'm amazed. What does he know about farming?
Very little, I should imagine.
Put it in a pig's eye.
That's why I'm prepared to foot the bill.
What is he to you? He's not married to your daughter?
He needs the work, you know that. If he doesn't get a job on the land soon, he'll probably be sent to prison.
So that's it, eh? Now, I said how the gentry stick together.
Oh, now, what's that supposed to mean?
You and the Reverend. Well, maybe he deserves to go to prison if you ask yourself that.
Well, I'm not prepared to trade insults evilly. This is a straightforward business proposition. Now, do you accept?
No, I don't.
Why not? Seems reasonable enough to me.
Simon, what on earth are you doing here?
We've been fishing.
Well, then cuddle on
You
her.
ain't doing anything wrong, Squire. He's been with me.
It's Harold, isn't it?
Not such a tacker as I used to be.
And you think it would be a good idea to take Keith on?
I don't see why not. I could show him the ropes till I go back to camp. He's part of the family, isn't he? We are a family, you know.
All right, Harold, if you say so.
There. Just needs a firm hand.
Good, then I'll speak to him.
Father,
Come on.
can I stay on a bit longer?
No, you go along with your father, young Simon. The yard looks a proper mucky. I reckon I'll be busy either.
Hello, my dears. You come give your Uncle Danny a big kiss, eh? You come up to have a fight, eh? Come up here, have a fight with him. Come on. He's bigger you, aren't you? God, you are not. Go on, let's go for a straight. Whee!
Dandy Timberlake. Cut along to me.
Glory be, pants. Tis like mezzy fairground here, isn't it? How many children be there now?
Dunno. Getting on for a dozen, I reckon. But don't you mind them, me handsome. Not them their fathers that you see. Ta-ra, Fred. Won't be long for Sissy be home now. That'd be Fred. He and Sissy be getting on just fine since poor old Jem gone.
How many of they be walls?
What's me handsome?
The children, pans. How many be walls?
I dunno. He comes to ask me. Four, I think.
Four.
I never made up my mind about that one over there. Maybe Albert.
He has a look at me about them pans.
You'll be right there, me lover. What's eating he? Do you think I'll come down on you for a maintenance order?
No, it's just... Well... Did I Walt know about that one?
Well, not about that one. God bless him.
I've been thinking, Pans.
What you be thinking, Dandy?
I've been thinking that I'd like to take care of you now. With Walt gone and that.
Take care of me? God bless you. What do you mean?
No, me and the army parting company soon, and I going back to my old trade. Then Ma and Pa, they moving up to one of the jerry boats by nuns, so Sawmill Cottage gonna be empty. Well, I'd like you to marry me, Pans, for Walt's sake, but also for my own. I don't mind telling you that.
Married me, lover?
That's right.
I couldn't do that, Dandy.
No. Why not?
Wouldn't be fair on the others, would it?
Oh, I see, yeah.
And you wouldn't want me to do something not right, would he?
No, I reckon not.
Well, I'd live with you if you like.
No, it must be marriage, Pans.
But marriage, no.
Nothing more to say then, is there?
Not on that subject, no.
I tried, I reckon.
I reckon you did, me dear.
Come in.
Someone to see you, Father.
Can't it wait? I'm busy.
Well, of course it can, Squire. I'll come back some other time.
But you said it was important.
Oh, not so important. Sorry to trouble you, Mr. Craddock.
You better come in, I suppose.
There. I told you it'd be all right.
I don't know.
Are you in on this important thing?
Am I?
No.
Well, then off to bed.
At 7
Go
o'clock.
on, off to bed.
You can be jolly mean sometimes.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to make you feel unwelcome.
Takes after his mother. His real one, I mean.
Do you remember her?
I was only a little fellow at the time.
She's in France at the moment, driving an ambulance.
She must be a very brave lady.
Yes. I'm sorry, do sit down.
Thank you.
Can I get you something? A beer, sherry, whiskey?
Oh, Lord, no. No, I don't need anything like that, no. It's about my old man. I don't want you to think too badly of him, that's all.
Now, why should I think that?
Well, the state of the farm. It's going down right enough. But it's not his fault. She's done it to him.
She?
My mother.
Harold, are you sure you want to tell me about this?
Well, I wouldn't be here otherwise, would I? Well, she drives him to it. Table rapping, you see.
Table rapping?
Sounds daft, doesn't it? But she's not that. No, she's just trying to get in touch with my brother, the one that was killed. Well, at first she weren't too bad. When he were first killed, I mean. Well, she always loved Gilbert, him being the firstborn, that is. And when the telegram came, she took it on the chin, as you might say. But then, in the last few months...
I understand.
Well, it's not that Dad thinks she's daft either. But it doesn't make it easy for him. He accepts that Gilbert is dead, and he wants her to feel the same. Instead, she just sits there, with the curtains drawn. I've only seen her once since I've been home. Well, I am only the second-born.
I'll get that drink. I think I need one.
I haven't come here for sympathy, Squire. You needn't think that.
I'd be a fool to think that. You had a pretty rough time in France, so I've been told.
No more than most.
Now, I always found that, well, when I came back from my war, the hardest thing was to talk to people about it. The people who hadn't been there, I mean. How do you get on with your father?
Well, he's got his own problems, hasn't he?
Yes, I can see things are not going too well for him. What about friends? Is there anyone else you can talk to about what it's like over there?
Oh, they're already there, aren't they? The ones round here, them like Smut Potter, they know it all. At least they think they do. When I joined up, I thought, well, this'll be a lark. I cheated on my age, you see. And if the truth be known, I was a bit jealous of Gilbert. Well, he's in the army, wasn't he? And I says to myself, well, now's a chance for me to be a hero also. Well, first it were easy, all the drills and stuff. Then we went to France. And it were a real eye-opener, I can tell you. It were not that I were a coward, see, but there were things going on there the like of which I never thought could happen to people in this world. I killed 5 Germans in that first battle. And each time I thought I was a goner myself. They be not cowards, you know, in spite of what Fred Purcell might say. I've seen them. I've seen them go out and rescue one of their mates from the barbed wire and us firing at them at point-blank range with our machine guns.
Yes, I'm sure.
And some of them would be bloody heroes just like ours. Well, after that, it were a lark no more. I did what I had to do, and I did it well. Now they brought me back to Blighty to go on an officer's training course. Second Lieutenant Harold Evely of Four Winds Farm. That's what I'll be if I gets it. She's never looked at me once since I've been home.
Gilbert's death.
Doesn't she know I could die also? I know I only be the second-born, but...
You think you did it for her, don't you? To prove yourself in your mother's eyes?
What other reason were there? it were a lark.
I think you're wrong. I think you did it because you couldn't help yourself. You know, there are times when we're helpless to help ourselves. We can only act blindly as our instincts tell us. I mean, you may have thought that you wanted to do it to prove to her that you were as brave and as strong as Gilbert, but I think you would have done it anyway. Can I tell you a story in return? I've written a letter to the army. I'm not quite sure why I've done it. But if it gets the sort of reply I'm expecting, everything, me, my life, everything you see here will be changed forever. Do you understand that? And yet, why do I feel it must be done? Why?
There were no other course to go.
Maybe. I think the number of decisions one makes in a lifetime very limited. You did what you had to do. And I think I did too.
Will this letter take you to France? Does anybody know?
Only you.
I shouldn't have come here tonight.
But I'm glad you did. You see, I've got no one to talk to either. You better pick my brains about that training course. I've got some books over here. Of course, they'll be a little out of date by now. But...
Not so much. I don't want you to think I've come here to cry on your shoulder.
I don't really think it matters why you came.
Well, it does to me. I only wanted to tell you about my old man, that's all.
Well, that's all we have talked about, isn't it?
Then there is Keith.
Yes. Have you any suggestions? You'll make a start with these.
You gave me an idea when you were talking earlier.
Want to tell me about it?
Well, I'll wait and see how things work out first.
Funny thing, this feeling of isolation. I think we all have it. Keith as much as anyone.
That's what I was thinking. If we can find him some friends, people as thinks as he does...
Well, of course, he may not thank us for that.
I should have come here before. I always said to myself, the Squire, he'll know.
He knows very little, I'm afraid.
More than most.
Do you think I ought to tear that letter up?
Can't you tell someone else about it first?
I've been thinking about what you said. About wanting to take care of me like. On account of you and Walt being such good friends.
Not only on account of Walt, my dear. I told you that.
You'd be a good man, Dandy.
Oh, go on.
Would that include the Tackers? Yours and the other three?
Well, of course it would, my dear. When Ma and Pa go to nuns, then all this be mine. Room down here for the children and a fine room upstairs for us.
But you'd be still wanting marriage?
Marriage it must be, Pam.
Be a grand little cottage.
It'd be that.
I'll marry you, Dandy. If things can go on as they be.
Go on as they be, you mean with Jake and Fred and the others? That be not marriage, Pans.
But I'd be a good wife to he.
I know. But it be not marriage.
You'd be an odd man, Dandy.
Not in sight, my dear. Not in sight.
Well, I can't do it.
Be that your last word? No reason to waste the tea.
Sacked him? He's only been there 4 days.
Well, that's the message.
But his own son-in-law?
Well, I suppose he's got the right to do it.
I was going to pay his wages.
Technically, he's employed by Evelyn.
But only as far as the authorities were concerned.
Yes, well, they're going to be concerned now, all right, because it's going to be prison for him.
Damn Evelyn!
Unless he can find another agricultural job. Frankly, I can't see anybody taking him on. He knows nothing about farming, Paul. Doesn't pretend to have any interest.
I'll take him on myself.
Is that wise? Everybody will know you're just creating a job. just to keep him out of prison. That's very laudable, I suppose, but that could build up a lot of resentment round here.
Oh, to hell with them.
You know yourself the Horses have never been popular. I mean, those remarks about praying for the Germans is an indication. Now, if you start pulling strings...
I'll pay his wages,
just
no
to
strings.
save him from facing up to his responsibilities, you're going to store up a lot of trouble for yourself.
Responsibilities? You mean to say you think he ought to go to prison?
I didn't say that.
No, Paul, he didn't.
I'm simply saying that if the boy is sincere about his convictions, he ought to be given the opportunity of publicly standing by him.
By being sent to prison.
If that is the law of the land, yes.
He should be here growing food.
He is not a farm labourer.
He could be given help.
Does he justify that help?
All right, so we come right down to it, have we? I know how you feel about Roddy's death, but it seems to me...
That's got nothing to do with it.
It seems to me that we're all fighting our own war. All right, you're saying, if he wants to be a coward, let him go to prison and prove himself
Paul,
one.
that is not fair.
Isn't that what you're saying, John?
I don't want the boy hurt because of his beliefs.
No, just slightly punished.
Paul!
I want the boy here and no more argument.
You won't find the rest of the community as sympathetic.
Oh, damn the community.
There's already rumors going round about the fortune you're making from the war.
What do you mean?
If it's a matter of money, they'll say.
Yes, John, what do you mean?
Well, somebody's been putting about the story that for every shell that's fired, a penny halfpenny goes into your scrapyard investment.
A penny halfpenny?
Yes.
Where are you going?
To see Evelyn. And then I'm going to pay a visit on a certain Mr. Sidney Codsall.
Oh, she always were a spirited one, the Squire's first lady. But to drive an ambulance in France, that takes real courage.
Aye.
Funny old thing. Some of the ambulance drivers be no more than children. Wouldn't say boo to a goose, you'd think, but there they are. Out in all weathers, driving the ambulances no matter what Jerry be throwing at them.
That's right. You know why they do it, though?
Beats me.
Beats me, too.
What beats me at all?
Well, I reckon they think the war was wrong, but seeing as they got it, they might as well help. That's what I think.
That's what I think and all. Be they conscientious objectors, though?
Some of them.
Fancy that.
I reckon, deep down, most of us knows how they feel.
Reckon we do.
You sure about that?
I'm telling you, he wouldn't send him to...
Evelyn.
I wasn't expecting you, Squire.
I don't suppose you were. And Sidney, I'm glad you're here. This will save me a trip over to Nuns Bay.
I've got a right to be here.
Of course you have. Mr. Evely is your foster father. You may not be very grateful to him, but you've every right to visit him. I thought you might like to know that I've written that letter.
What letter?
To the Forestry Commission, reporting our last conversation.
You can't do that.
I've done it. 25% of the increase you said you'd take, wasn't it?
You've got no proof of that.
My wife was there, and she's willing to confirm everything I said.
Your wife? It's a lie.
What's he talking about?
It's a bloody lie.
Ask her. I'm sorry you've given young Horsey the sack. Of course, you had no call to keep him on, apart from the fact that he is your son-in-law.
Well, it weren't exactly the sack, Squire.
Ah, you were got at, I suppose.
Well, he weren't really right for farm work,
Fine,
see?
fine. Then he'll go to prison.
Prison? But you just said that the Squire would take him on himself.
Me, Sidney? And why should I do that? He's no relation of mine. He's married to Evely's daughter.
Prison? No Evely's ever been to prison before.
Well, then it'll be a new experience for you all, won't it?
You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't really send him to prison.
Not if I could put you there first. And I might yet if you don't watch your step. I've written that letter, but I've not posted it. If I hear one more remark about that penny halfpenny, I'll drop it in the box.
You'd regret that.
Will I? Now get out of this house. This valley is private property, and as of this moment, you are trespassing. I think you've got work to do, too. Last seen, your dairy herd were running hoof over horn for the River Sorrel. And I hope they all bloody well drown.
Small boys, that's the start.
Here, what is this? You come to me like this? I told you last time you here. Why, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You're serving soldier the king.
What do you expect?
Why, if it's not my old friend Smut Potter? Have you met my old friend Pot Smutter? This is my friend Keith Orshey, rides horses.
I've met him. And I still say he's a German lover.
You put that down, Mr. Potter. Just put it down, my handsome. That's right, you get back. Well, you listen. Now listen. I've been thinking. Do you reckon if you was to ask Keith, he'd come back on the farm?
Oh, can't do that, Pa.
Why not?
He's going to France. Drive an ambulance. Set him up, Les.
Church looks real grand with all the decorations in it, doesn't it?
Squire's harvest festival plans, my dear.
Real grand. I've been thinking, Dandy,
Thinking, my dear?
about what you said. It had to be you and nobody else, you said, for it to be a proper marriage.
Me and nobody else. Proper marriage.
And room for the 4 little tackers in the cottage.
Until the day we die, my dear.
I reckon I say yes, Dandy.
Yes, my dear?
Yes, my dear.
Oh, Pans, I am proper relieved. I am proper relieved. I think that just goes to show that old Walt married himself a sensible woman after all. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I've written to the army to ask if they got something for me in France. I've spoken to my old yeomanry colonel, and he thinks they might be able to find me a temporary commission, for the RASC at least.
What'll that mean?
Carrying stuff up to the front line.
Why, Paul, why?
I can't explain why. Everything here seems to be pointing me to it. I felt such a misfit for so long. God knows it's not that I want to become a hero. I don't even believe in patriotism very much. It's just that I can't sit back and watch other people do things that I'm not prepared to do myself.
I knew things were changing.
Boys like Harold and Keith and Simon, how can I face them in the next generation? No, I did nothing.
But you've already done your share.
In this sort of thing, are there really any fair shares? I've spoken to John, and he suggests that you think about turning this place into a convalescent home when I'm away.
God.
And every penny from that scrapyard investment is to go into a special account for development here after the war. Do you understand me? There'll be nothing for us. Nothing.
I won't be frightened. I won't.
God knows it's not that I love you any less. It's just something I've got to do.
You are so loved. When you come home, we'll be waiting for you. The children and I will all be waiting for you.
Darling, hold me. When I come back, it'll all be over. And we can start again.